Welcome everybody. Here we go for episode 2, numero dos of the Sigma Prepper live show, the live show for preppers, coming to you live 11 p.m. UK time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. So, wow, another rocking show for you all tonight. It's going to be a good one. I hope you all enjoyed it last week. And what should we even start with? It's impossible to know. It's been a mad rush as usual. We're over at the picnic site this time round. So we had the camper van on the beach is where we were last week. So we should be switching it up a little bit as we go. This week I thought we'd take a little bike ride here. Put my bike there. And we've got the picnic rug out. So we're chilling, we're rocking. That's how we do on a Thursday with yours truly, Andy, Sigma Prepper. So we can enjoy the week, and while we got all the other gnarly stuff going on during the week, we've got loads of videos coming out from me during the week as time goes on. We've got a new show that will be coming up on Wednesday, which will be the SHTF Scenario Show. So to give you a quick sneak preview of that, before we crack along, it's going to look something like this. So here we go. This is the SHTF Survival Scenarios, which will be starting on Wednesday. Same time going live as we are now, 11 p.m. and UK time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. And we'll be talking, the first one will be Advanced Principles of Preparedness, a more strategic approach to prepping, just so you know what's coming up. So this is going to be on Wednesday. Don't miss it. It's going to be an absolutely critical one, which is why I'm leading with this one. So this is going to be on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday we'll be having a SHTF Prepping 2020 scenario show where we'll be overviewing why we should even be preparing in the first place, some of the things that are going on with learn dependency and stuff like that. But more importantly, this is going to be our situation report for Wednesday. The following hypothetical SHTF scenario is based on real events that have happened frequently throughout history. So what we're doing here is a complete grid down scenario, right, that we're going to simulate. And as a result of that actually means the rest of those things are going to cascade down. So inoperable sewage systems, inoperable water systems, complete cell and internet outage, obviously, major transport disruptions, no one can fill up their tanks, and all trade and commerce ceases anyway, because of course no ATMs, no cashier, no cashier's tills working, right? So that's going to be the situation. Our mission is going to be prepare for a complete and sustained grid down scenario. And we're also going to be gathering required preps and resources. We're going to be comparing what it looks like to prepare for 1 week versus 1 month, 6 months, and 1 year. And there's going to be a lot packed in there, so absolutely, totally, utterly don't miss it. That's coming up on Wednesday next week, so look out for that. Do get subscribed if you're not already. But in terms of what we got coming up tonight, this is how we're rocking tonight. So we're going to have a bit of a welcome. We're going to see who's in the chat tonight. We've got all the usual segments that you love coming up. We've got, 11 p.m. UK time, we're going live, 6 p.m. Eastern, and 8 a.m. Sydney. We've got a bunch of our friends from Australia in the house as well tonight. I've already seen the chat. So we're going to be getting into the Sigma Mindset Quotes. Thank you so very much to Perps, Sandy, and I threw another one in there. I think there's one in there from last week as well. So thanks for sending in the Mindset Quotes for Sigma this week. SHTF Intel report, we'll be looking at that. The new tier global analysis Intel report will be coming out on Monday, so look out for that. And then we got a Sigma Prepper quiz, which everyone loves, and of course we had Urban Harvesting was our all-time winner for the very first one last week. Well done. 5 out of 7 he got. Don't forget, if you get 7 out of 7, you could win yourself the role of Ultimate Prepper on our Discord server. Links in the description. So yeah, Sigma Prepper quiz, awesome. Don't miss that. Loads of stuff to learn there. And of course, the winner, well, you know, who knows what you could win. And then we got the Prepper's Progress. And again, thank you so very much for an awesome response on that. So Noel, thank you so very much for sending in your progress. Extreme Focus, Daily Survival, Sandy, and there's one for me in there as well. So we've got a great one for Prepper's Progress. Can't wait to get to that, show people how they've been progressing in their preps and show off their stuff. And of course, it's not really the end because it's the VIP after party. So those of you who are sponsoring me on Patreon, we'll be having our after party live chat together in the Discord after party. Looking forward to that as well. So, but for the time being, let's get back to see what's going on in the house while we're all here. Looks like there's all of our favourite bunch in the house. There's Purple Flurple, my pervs, and great to see you, Sandy, in the house this week. Daily Survival, great to see you again. Thank you for sending in your progress. And there's an Ansett girl, Australia, in the house. Netrum Design, we had a great chat this week. One of our VIPs, so thank you, Netrum. We had a great catch up. It's lovely to catch up with you. Urban Harvesting, he's our winner from last week for the prepper quiz. Well done, Urban. Let's see if you can do as well this week, and see if anyone's going to come and challenge. That's me. Welcome, my absolute lovelies. And yeah, we got Noelle in the house as well. Thank you so much, Noelle, for sending in your progress. And you were also the first in the chat tonight, Noelle. So well done. Thank you, my darling. Always a committed VIP. Great to see you. Talking of committed VIPs, always the first and only the first. Our last me, Leslie. Great to see you, my darling. She escaped near wildfire catastrophe very recently, didn't you, my lovely? She had the wildfires in California area lapping on her lawns. So well done for all your preparations that you did, Leslie, because I tell you what, the peace of mind that you had with your preparations and the things that you've got, the technology that you've invested in to protect against wildfires is lovely to see. So I'm so pleased for you and your family and your home and your property and your business and everything that was at risk at the time. So great to see you here. And Extreme Focus in the house. Great to see you, my man. Thanks for your information earlier. Again, Extreme Focus getting us totally filled up with the Preppers Progress this week. Lovely, thank you. And yes, we've got absolute Eagle Hunting as well. Great to see you, Eagle Hunter. I saw you pop in the chat earlier on. So what we should do then, TD Monkey Pickle in the house. And talking of TD Monkey Pickle, what we should be really doing is to say thank you very much to those keeping us alive. So thank you so very much, because I am completely 100% independent. Everything you see here I've built from scratch. No funding, no investment, no nothing. So thank you so very much, because I have nothing of anything that you see here. And it's all because of our wonderful people helping us out to keep us rocking. Thank you so very much. Here's the ways that you can help. sigmaprepper.com/donate is where you find all the links. In the description below is where you find quick links. Streamlabs.com, because we're not monetized, that's how you can do a super chat and it will go bling on the screen and everyone can see it. It's great, and YouTube doesn't get any of it, so it's brilliant. And of course, PayPal, the usual, and then Patreon. And talking of Patreon, it's a great way to support me. Got loads of videos planned for that, sneak previews, early access to products. You get free gifts as well, like mugs, stickers, you name it. So it's all going on Patreon. And of course, don't forget the after parties on Discord with the VIPs. The VIPs, yes. These beautiful people, thank you so very much. Here's our fellow Sigma Wolfpack members. And we're going to be having a great time tonight on the after party. So there's still time to join. Links in the description if you want to join these fine people up here. Thank you so very much for your help and your support. Couldn't do it without you. And what can I say? Links in the description if you want to join them. And of course, loads of other ways to help. But what we need to do is crack in with whatever it is we've got coming up next, which I think is... is what, Andy? It's, yeah, the quotes, isn't it, I think? Of course it is, yeah? So, thank you so much, everyone. Oh, look, our main man, Robert, in the house. Great to see you. Had a little trouble connecting, but I'm great to see that you got it in. Please do give this new show your help by sharing it on your social media and to people you might think be into preparedness, mindset, and who you feel need to know this information. That's the only way we can grow, so I really appreciate if you can share on your social media. And talking of which, please give this video a like if you haven't done already. It really does help it go a long way, and it's really important as a new channel to help us to grow, so thank you so very much. So we've got so very much coming up. What should we even start with? We need to start with the quotes, because we had a whole bunch sent in and I really appreciate them. I can't wait to share them. So let's do it then with the Sigma Mindset Quotes for this week, the 15th of September. Yes, indeed. The Sigma Prepper Sigma Mindset Quotes, where we inspire and motivate. And with our quotes, I've always been a big fan of quotes, and anyone who knows me from behind the scenes and even on the after party VIP Discord chats, I'm always coming out with quotes for something or other. So yes, this is the whole point of the brand Sigma Prepper. Sigma's all about a personality type, unlike an alpha and a beta. Sigmas are all about self-reliance, being independent, doing their own things, you know, self-development, and being the best version of yourself and so on. and not trying to rule everyone and not wanting to be ruled by anyone either. So that's kind of where the Sigma comes from, and typically prefers to operate independently from the herd, hence the lone wolf connotations. So we had a wonderful couple of quotes in from our Purple Flurple perps. And again, what I've done is the sender shared by. If you are a VIP on Patreon, I will include that in the shared by, whether it's this or the Preppers Progress segment as well. So I'd like you to be acknowledged throughout for helping me pay the phone bill and the internet bill and so on, keeping me online. Thank you so very much. So perps, the individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. If you try it, you will be lonely often, and sometimes frightened, but no price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself. Friedrich Nietzsche. Thank you so very much, Perps. This is absolutely beautiful. There's a couple of great ones, and of course, I've taken two from. I had about 4 from a few people. So what I've done is I've taken 2 from Perps, 2 from Sandy. And then I've thrown one in as well at the end from mine as well. So thank you so much for sending it in. It's a lovely one, Perps. I'll just do that this one again. The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. If you try it, you will be lonely often and sometimes frightened. But no price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself. 100%. So it's another one from Perps then. Most people do not really want freedom because freedom assumes responsibility, and most people are afraid of that. 100%. Sigmund Freud, brilliantly done. Thank you so much, Perps. I really appreciate it. Let's hear it in the chat for Purple Flurple for sending in some quotes this week. Really appreciate it. Don't forget, quotes at sigmaprepper.com if you'd like to contribute, and you've got some great quotes you'd like to see here shown on the Sigma Prepper live show. The live show for preppers. So we had Sandy next sending in her quotes to quotes at sigmaprepper.com. This is a great one. The urge to save humanity is almost always a false front for the urge to rule. The urge to rule being that of an alpha, obviously, not that of a sigma who cares not to rule or to be ruled. So yeah, the urge to save humanity is almost always a false front for the urge to rule. And those who know the score will know the score and score the gnaw. How true that is. HL and Mencken. HL Mencken. Thank you so much, Sandy. That was a brilliant one. Thank you for sending that one in. And this was another one from Sandy as well. The difference between humans and animals. Animals would never allow the dumbest of the herd to lead them. The difference between humans and animals. Animals would never allow the dumbest of the herd to lead them. Unknown. I don't know who said that, but it's true nonetheless. Thank you very much for sending that in, Sandy. Really appreciate it. Let's hear it in the chat for Sandy. Really appreciate you. Lovely. Thanks for sending the love to Perps for the quotes. So, and this is the one from me that was in here from last week, our premiere launch of the Sigma Prepper live show. He who angers you conquers you. You have to live by this. He who angers you conquers you. He or she or they who anger you conquer you. Yeah, remember that. Elizabeth Kenny. So that's it. That's what I'd like to say. Thank you very much. And thank you, Robert. Absolutely great quotes this week. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for sending them in. It's really important that we keep our positivity high, and we try and maximize our time together to share these sorts of things while we still can. And yeah, if you've got some great quotes, some great inspiring quotes that are all kind of like Sigma personality based or preparedness based, please do send in your quotes to quotes at sigmaprepper.com, quotes at sigmaprepper.com. And if you're watching this show after it's aired live, please feel free to add your quote in the comment section below, and I'll pin it to the top if I like it, so which I probably will. So thank you so very much, and let's hear it in the comment section below as well, for the people who sent in the quotes today. And again, please grab in with your own nonetheless. So thank you very much. Let's get back to Basecamp then. Thank you again. Let's hear it in the chat for those sending in the quotes today for the Sigma Prepper Mindset Quotes. Thank you so much. Oh, Oh dear, thank you so much. There's perps in the house. Oh my god, I love that one, Sigma Prepper. That's why I am the way I am now. Definitely. Do you know what? We're talking. Perps is Perps is referencing the you know, he, she, or they who angers you conquers you. Yeah. I think coming from like a background dealing with customer facing into executive corporate roles in sort of IT sales and stuff, right, where you have to keep your cool, account management where you have to be cool, prototype engineering where of course you're always solving problems that no one's had to solve before, and it can be very very frustrating, right? So yeah, and I've been sort of working on myself in that way for many years. It was only about last year that I actually started to truly understand what stoicism was, and how stoicism is actually a tool used by various people in various industries, right? And I thought, wow, that's kind of what I've been doing without even knowing what it was really called. So stoicism is a great thing for preppers, people interested in survival, self-development. Stoicism is a great way to sort of understand yourself, understand the way that you put limitations on yourself, and understand how positivity and things can really help to act as a massive force multiplier. So if anyone wants to look into stoicism, that's where things like he who angers you conquers you comes from, right? Anyway, so let's crack into it. I really appreciate everyone being here. It's lovely to have you all with me. Thank you so much. It's always such a lovely occasion when we're live and having you all here. So I really appreciate you all. And yeah, so let's have a look. I'm just going to make a slight adjustment quickly, and then okay, we're all good. So do get yourself joined up on the one thing I wanted to mention was the Sigma Prepper Discord server. Got a lot going on in here. We've got lots of rooms down the left hand side here, you'll see. So there's lots of categories here to share your preparedness information and knowledge. So please take advantage of that. It's completely free. This is where we'll be having our VIP after party here in the VIP Wolfpack section. So again, if you do sign yourself up on Patreon, link in the description below, then of course I'll get you hooked up on the Discord straight away so you can join in with us all on the private chats. So let's get into it then. What we got next? We're absolutely rocking through. We've just gone through the mindset quotes. Oh, the SHTF Intel report, of course it is. So yeah, shall we have a do that? And we'll see what's been going on in the world in terms of if there's any immediate threats. There are a few things going on. We'll have a quick gloss through. But I was trying to keep the show to an hour when I first prototyped this show last week, but somehow it ended up being an hour and 40. So we'll have a slightly limited version, but not too limited is the idea, right? And I hope you're all enjoying it so far. Let us know if everything sounds all right and looks okay. This is only the second time we've been live on this channel with the Sigma Prepper live show. So thank you for your patience and for your feedback as well in the comments section below. I've got some catching up to do with the comments and things, so I'll be doing that this week. Really looking forward to it. And don't forget, we've got Howls Growls segment coming up after later on, just before we end, where we'll be saying hello to Hugo and some other things coming up then. So definitely don't go anywhere, and we'll be coming up with that. But I think what we need to do is to get into it with the SHTF Intel so we can see what's going on around the world for a quick 2020 SHTF Intel update. Here we are, 15th of September, SHTF Intel with Sigma Prepper, with your host Andy. So thank you for joining us, and hopefully we've got everything one with us. Thank you everyone for being here, really appreciate it. Deep breath everyone, says Sandy, absolutely. So this is what we're going to be chatting about today. Bit of disaster news, check out Watchers, and solar flare activity. We'll check out Solar Ham and see what the sun's up to. Quakes and volcanoes, we'll have a quick look. It's looking pretty quiet. Fuel and energy crisis, it might have a few things to do with that. We'll have a look. And then a bit of live chat and see what's going on around in your area near you. And we'll have a little look and see what's been going on around the world. So, quick adjustment I might quick make on this. No, I think we'll be all right. So, let's have a little quick butchers. And the other thing as well is I have actually added on the super chattery type alert thing, because last week people were doing super chats. Here we go, look, Danger Bob and Pedigree Mongrel did super chats through Streamlabs. Link in the description, streamlabs.com/Sigma Prepper. John Romano in the house. Dig the intro. Thank you, my man. I like it. It took me about 2 weeks to build that intro sequence and about another week to do the audio production, but there you go. But no, it's looking good so far. Great feedback last week. I really appreciate it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have a quick little... I think we'll have a quick butchers at the SHTF Intel on sigmaprepper.com. So I can just show you what you're missing, basically. So here we go. This is the SHTF Intel section on... basically, if you come to sigmaprepper.com, it will look like this. When SHTF don't end up around a campfire eating squirrels on sticks. This was a joke I made like a year ago or 2 years ago or something, and then it kind of stuck, so it had to be the first thing on my homepage. So anyway, yeah, this is the Sigma Prepper website, so you can always come along here, and you got the quick link here to the SHTF Intel report, but it's up the top here anyway, look, in the main menu. So SHTF Intel is where you want to come on the website, and then here you see you'll have the global analysis by tier, the artificial intelligence reports. You can always check that out, and again on the Sigma Prepper channel videos you'll see that as well. But the idea of this is laid out in terms of what the global threat analysis is for all the things hitting the fan, and I've done this in order of essentially what's the most likely to be getting us in the you know what, right? And to be honest, it's a little bit like it kind of speaks for itself, right? I mean, most people who follow what's going on in the world will know that, you know, it's... What can I say? Right, so totalitarianism, you know, nonsensical laws, blatant injustices, and epic losses of sovereignty continue to plague the Western countries. Freedoms are being stripped. So that's why that's at the top, because a lot of what's going on in the world is because of that. The food shortages is up and down, but of course 2 years of supply chain disruptions, mysterious food warehouse fires, failed crops and fertilizer shortages, and fertilizers falling off trains spell inevitable food shortages. So you can come here and it will give you the rundown of what is the most likely in what order, and of course the idea being is that things that are sort of like less than 10% or even less than 10 to 40%, the potential within the next 5 years aren't quite as likely. But certainly these ones that are sort of 60 and above, global conflict, as we know, is rocking about. Grid down and blackouts probably might end up going up the list soon, because coming towards winter, that's what some of the Western European governments are talking about, is you know, fuel and energy shortages leading to blackouts and grid down scenarios, right? Not to mention the food shortages, right? So this is kind of the way I've laid it out for people in this method. And of course you've got the exclusive survival gear. I develop all my own products and stuff as well for the preparedness community, so go and check that out. And of course there's a link there for the Discord server, which we'll be getting into later on with the VIPs, so it's definitely worth joining that. It's all free. What we're going to do then is have a little quick butchers through and see what's been going on in the world, and we'll have a little, hopefully nothing too major going on. So we'll kick it off with the watchers then, just have an overview of some of the things going on in terms of you know, sort of earth changes and stuff like that. We've had a few large earthquakes and some other bits and pieces, some tropical storms. So we'll have a quick look and see what's been going on, and see what we can see. This is the earthquake, which was pretty epic. I was actually very tempted to do a live SHTF Intel report for Sigma Prepper, and oh, here we go. Look, I promised I'd get it working for this week. Look, Lafsme, my absolute darling, thank you so very much. I really appreciate your support. That's so lovely of you. Lafsme in the house, doing basically a super chat, even though we're not monetized because we're too fledgling and young and innocent. Thank you so much. really appreciate it, Leslie. She's such a babe. Really appreciate it. Right. Thank you so much. I'm so pleased it works as well, because I've been testing. There's no way for me to test that out apart from to do it myself and pay myself lots of money, which I don't have. So thank you so very much. I'm glad I've got that fixed. But check it out. This is pretty hardcore. I found this video here. I've muted it because I've got music on it. But look, it's 7.6 magnitude quake. Look at the earthquake jogging about. Look, it's the helicopter jogging about. It's just crazy. Look at the way them cars are jumping about. I've never seen anything like it. Well, I have, and it's obviously there's been some fatalities, which is just awful to hear. But I'm not surprised when you see the kind of destruction here. And I saw a few videos as it happened. Like I said, I was very tempted to do an SHTF Intel live because I was awake at the time, and but there was really limited footage coming in for quite a while. So yeah. But that's what we had happening, and as you can see, there's some pretty severe. Obviously, concerned about getting a what's-its. But yeah, I wonder if there's any. Here we go. So I did look for tsunami threat, and at the time it was lit up, and then it was removed afterwards. But initially, it did give a tsunami. That's just a repeat of the same videos, isn't it? Did give a tsunami warning, and then it was retracted. So but yeah, that was pretty big. I mean, as you can see, there's a serious amount of energy in that quake. And don't forget, when it comes to quake energy, I'm not sure if you're aware, but it's not a linear scale. So a 6.0 isn't like, 7.0 isn't like twice the 6.0. It's like 32 times the size, I believe. We'll look that up. So, but yeah, so that's what we had going on with that earthquake. It was really impressive, and I'm really sorry to hear the people who have obviously lost their lives as a result. So we've got this tropical storm Fiona heading toward the Leeward Islands, and I'm not sure it's going to make landfall in the Gulf or around Florida. I've got a feeling it's going to go more north, and it would have probably dissipated by then, but I'm not. When is it looking? It's going to be 8 a.m. Tuesday. So over the weekend, it's going to be navigating westward and then north by Tuesday. Perhaps it's going to miss as it gets through the week, and it will start to dissipate. So we'll keep our eye on that and make sure it doesn't come to anything as time goes on along the way. So this is an interesting one as well. Saw this fireball in the UK flying over Paisley, Glasgow. Well, that's not where it's flying over. That was where it was seen. So you see the arrow here shows the direction of the meteor, and the heat map here shows the places where people saw it. The most reports of people seeing it equal the reddest area, right? So check it out though. There's some pretty good video footage. This one's all right. It's longer than the one I've ever seen. Let's just make sure it's totally rewound. So check it out. It goes quite a way. I've seen a pretty big one before that was about half that length in the sky. But that's the thing I noticed the most about the one that I saw that was the most impressive, is just how long it was. It's quite slow. This is quite similar, but it's still probably twice as long as the biggest one I've ever seen. I've not heard any reports of it making landfall or anything like that, but as you can see, that one kept cracking for ages. So it's just switched it out, hasn't it? Let's see what else we got here. Look, is that the same clip? But yeah, it looks like there's a lot of people who captured it. And of course, it's easy, isn't it? When you've got something that lasts this long in the sky, it gives you enough time for everyone to get their smartphones out of their pocket, right? But no, some great footage coming in from that, so it's lovely to see. And like I say, I saw one maybe 4 or 5 years ago that was pretty good. But so here we go then. We're over on G Captain, and I just pulled off a couple of bits here. Where we've got this Mississippi River barge and freight train collide. Of course, we've already got a problem with shipping, supply chain, and stuff like that going on. Where we've got issues with shortages, with warehouses having issues, with transportation breaking down. And now we've got this. So yeah, freight train collide. There's the NTSB report has just come out recently. And so this was back in 2021, but they've just come out with the results of that. And yeah, and so it's not, these are all the things that have led to what we're seeing today, you see, right? So here we've got the Greek managed bulk carrier ship coal from Russia after EU sanctions. So we've still got all that going on. There's all that sort of disruption happening with the shipping, with the ports, with the sanctions, and just every possible thing that could be getting in the way of a smooth operating just-in-time system is happening. So it's very annoying and it's very frustrating, because you have to ask yourself the question, can all these things be happening by accident? And I think it's unlikely. Statistically speaking, it's virtually impossible, right? So you can make what you want to make of that. So here's another one. Check this out. There's been a lot of accidents. This is one where a Danish ship hits a Navy LCS. This is the USS Minneapolis, yeah, which was moored at the time. No injuries or serious. No injuries or serious damage was reported on either vessel. But check it out. This is not going to be a good day for the insurance companies. Check it. So we're on the camera position from the Navy ship. And you see this is one of those old classic ships, the kind of ones that, you know, not particularly cheap and not exactly easy to, whoops. Check it out. This is not a good look. Obviously, with the momentum of these ships, there is nothing you can do about it. You're just a passenger at that point, yeah? Oh dear, it's just so awful to see, and I can just imagine the crunching feeling as they collide. So you got all that going on as well, yeah. So let's see what people have got rocking in the chat. Such a coincidence again, says Sandy. Absolutely. And Solar Cycle 25 is just getting started and all. Yeah, we'll be checking out the sun next. We've just been checking through the disaster news. And Robert McNamara there saying we've had several earthquakes in Missouri this week. Wow, that's interesting. So you've heard them. Have you felt them, have you, Robert, yourself, where you are? What else we got? Yay, it worked. It certainly did, my lovely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, Leslie. And I'm so glad that you're okay from, like I say, it was Leslie we were talking about, who had the wildfire issue, right? So I'm so glad you managed to get away with all those wildfires near you in California. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So Sandy rocking with the tunes. I spent quite a few weeks putting these playlist tunes together. I'll produce half of them. But you'll notice the growls, the howls, the purge sirens, and various other things I've got rocking in the tunes for this segment. I hope you're enjoying it. Daily Survival was loving it as well. It was worth my time building it then. The same as the playlist on the main Basecamp we'll be going back to after the SHTF Intel as well. I put a lot of time into that, so I hope you're liking it all so far. So let's get into it then and check out and see what the sun's doing. We'll have a quick check-in on the disaster map just to see if there's anything just popped up. What's this one here? No, that's all right. Some wildfires. I don't think there's much going on. So let's check out the space weather. And again, it's looking reasonably quiet. We do have this 3098 sunspot. So we will check out the sunspot summary and see what we've got of any interest. It looks like it's this beta gamma magnetic class here. Yes, indeed, the 3098. But as you can see, it's on the departing limb, the departing eastern limb. So it's not going to be something that... Oops. It's not going to be something that you'll see up here, 3098. So it's on its way out, basically. We're doing about 13 degrees rotation per day. So within a day, it's 28 days to do a rotation of the sun. So using that math, we've got about 13 degrees, of rotation per day. So that 3098 is going to be out of sight within a day. So you ain't got to worry about it too much. But it is capable 5% of an X-class solar flare. But it's not going to be disrupting the grid or anything like that, so you ain't got to worry about it. But let's have a look at the enthusiasts. I'm really looking forward to seeing the data coming out here for the sunspot progression, because it's been way off the charts for a long time. And I'm interested to see what September numbers come to, because when you work out the numbers here, the predicted values, if you look at September, which is what we're in now, so we won't know until the end of September, it's maybe a day after, early October, we'll find out. But it's 51 predicted values, and so 51 divided by 30 days of September gives us 1.7 sunspots per day. And as you just saw there, we've got 4 today, so we've already got more than double the sunspots we would be predicted to have today on a daily basis. So we'll see what happens at the end of the month, but you can see there's already a bit of divergence there, and we'll have to see what that means. It's definitely going to mean something, because people are already talking about winter coming early and things like this, seasons being off and all these sorts of businesses. So we'll see what that means. So let's check out the earthquake map then, and I can tell you now, there's not an awful lot going on. 26 earthquakes, look. Normally I would see between about 30, 32-ish as an average, so it's actually below average. We had that 7.6 that I showed you earlier. So yeah, as it's looking, it's not looking too scary. So yes, this is what we've got going for the earthquakes today. So let's see, we're already rocking through at times. So your music has us howling in Florida. Oh, great to see you, Extreme Focus. Thanks for that, and lovely to have you with us. Look at the state of that graph. Isn't it just a state? A few years back we had one that shook everything in the house severely. It was actually a pretty scary situation. Wow. About 100 miles away. Yeah, there was one, the one that I've been in. Obviously, I was living in Thailand when the Asian tsunami happened in 2004. That was pretty scary. We were the other side of the mainland, so we got away with that. But we had the offshoot of it all, with supply chains breaking down, with influx of tourists coming into our area of the country. We lived down in Asia, which caused problems there as well. So that was quite scary. Where you hear the stories of people who've just been flown out by the emergency services from where the tsunami just wiped out their family, their partners, their you name it, right? It's awful. So, and then when we were living in Cyprus, which is like near the Middle East basically, lived there for several years, and there was a 5.6 earthquake, 5.7 I think it was, in Cyprus while we were living there. And that was probably about 30 miles off the coast of where we lived. We lived near the coast. And that was pretty severe. That was a new experience for me, and it was more shuddery. It wasn't like a whoop 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 like we saw there on that 7.6 video. It was more like a drrrr, and it was so aggressive, and the vibrations were so graty that it was like my vision went blurry. Yeah, it was like my vision went blurry from the fact that it was like drrrr, it was really aggressive. I thought literally a jumbo jet had crashed in the next street up, right next to our house. That's how it felt and sounded. And then our TV, our flat screen TV, was wobbling, and I jumped up and quickly grabbed it and saved it. And yeah. So Amphi in the house, great to see you. I've added a Camping Moon Stand Type Z23 on my bug out bag today. Like it? Does that mean you're going to be sending that into progress@sigmaprepper.com? Because we've got our Preppers Progress coming up on a few segments away tonight, and we've got some people sending in their progress. So I hope you can send in yours, Amphi, because I'm gagging to see what your Camping Moon Stand Type Z23-OD is that you've added in your bug out bag today. And Sandy in there, what be that? And last me there, my dogs don't even wake up for earthquakes anymore. Yeah. It was it was a great experience experiencing an earthquake, but it's not something that we get in the UK. Typically, we're not near any fault lines. So I hope you've enjoyed the SHTF Intel report. Like I say, we'll be having isn't perhaps an absolute darl. Thank you so much, my darling. I really appreciate your support, and thank you for your message, and I really appreciate you helping us out, and thank you so much. And Perps says we're gonna die slowly and horribly. It's all by design. No, we're not. We're Sigmas, and we're preppers, so we're gonna survive. That's the whole point, and we're gonna thrive. We're gonna be happy. Nothing to fear, yeah, but fear itself. On that note, let's jump out of here, and don't forget, Tia, with her artificial intelligence report, will be bringing you a report more than likely on Monday exclusively, and then of course Wednesday we have the SHTF scenarios live show. So make sure you're subscribed for that. and don't miss out that on the Wednesday show. So loads to come. Make sure you subscribed, hit the like button. Let's get back to Basecamp. Oh, Basecamp. No, that was the intro, not outro. Andy, silly Billy. Right, we're back. We can relax. Cheers, everybody. Welcome. Picnic site is how we're rocking tonight. Picnic site, how we're rocking tonight. So, hey, Connie. Lovely to see you, my darling. And great to have you with us tonight. And yeah, so we've got an absolutely ram-packed show tonight. What we got next then? Wow, loads. Let's check out. Check out the agenda. Don't know what's going on here. It seems a slight little crash. Andy, is it? No, I think we're all right. So, SHTF Intel reports. We've got a Sigma Prepper quiz coming up. Absolutely epic. 7 more preparedness survival questions for you tonight. So you can test your preparedness knowledge and see how good you are. So I'm looking forward to that. And perfect timing. Absolutely, Connie. Great to have you with us tonight. So yes, this is what we got coming up. Sigma Prepper quiz. So we've got so much to get through, and we've got the Prepper's Progress as well, and the Howls and Growls. So like I say, we were going to try and keep it to an hour, so we'll see if we can try and manage that. And let's have a look. So thank you so much for your support, everybody. I really appreciate you hitting the like button and supporting the show the way you've been doing. And shall we check in on the channel progress, shall we? It seems to have been somewhat stunted, I will say. So this is how we're looking at the moment. We're stuck on 96 subscribers. And don't forget, I can't set up the main YouTube channel URL until we get to 100. So now would be the time to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so that you can keep yourself nice and subscribed and up to date with the latest videos that are up and coming. And you can say it's at least heading in the right direction. The channel's only a month or so old as I've started making videos on it. So, you know, early days, but do hit the subscribe button, and we'll see if we can make it to 100 subscribers by the Wednesday show. And then we'll be in a situation to be able to set a few more things up once we hit that magic 100 mark. Whoa, dizzying heights. And let's have a look. I'm just going to make sure that the stream is all healthy and everything okay. I'm sure it is. I just need to check something very quickly to make sure. No, it's absolutely fine. So that's good. Is it? Yes, it's totally fine. So that's cool. Thank you, Susan, and those involved. Oh, wow. Yep, absolutely. Thank you. Everyone else is fighting for second place. You see, Urban Harvesting thinks he's going to win the Sigma Prepper quiz again this week, right? We'll have to see about that. Mr. Sigma Urban Harvesting. Go Urban, make it so. You see, Carolyn's laying down a gauntlet. So should we do it then? Should we see if you've actually got what it takes? Huh? We'll see if you've got what it takes for the Sigma Prepper quiz. Hey, Mr. Urban, see if you can make it twice in a row. How about you out there? Let's do it. The quiz. Yes, here we are, Sigma Prepper quiz with your host Andy on the Sigma Prepper channel, where we test your preparedness and survival knowledge with 7 multiple choice questions, A, B, C, D, every Thursday, going live at 11 PM UK time, 6 PM Eastern time. Don't miss it next week if you think you're any good. So, and again, get your answers in the questions, in the comments below as well if you're watching this show afterwards. And you can still play along and be honest. So we're going to be playing along live. And I trust everybody is sitting comfortably and is ready. Just making sure, because we have a happy helper helping us tonight, who is the first employee of Sigma Prepper, is X, our son Xavier. He is working behind the scenes tonight. We will be declaring the winner, and he will also be bringing Hugo in for the Howls Growls. So I hope everyone's supporting Xavier. I will be paying him £10 for his first job, because he's now 14 years old. He's now legally allowed to work. So he is getting £10 tonight to help me with the show. Let's see how well he does. He's such a top geezer. I'm really looking forward to you all meeting him in some of the videos we've got coming up. I'm going to be taking him out with a slingshot soon in one of our videos. So I hope you definitely don't miss that. So what you're playing for tonight? Well, I'll tell you what you're playing for tonight is the Ultimate Prepper Award. And yes, indeed, if we'll see if you can get 7 out of 7. And if you do, you will be entitled to an upgrade on your role on Discord up to the Ultimate Prepper role. So, tonight's quiz topic, because sometimes it can be specific, but tonight's is just a general prepper survival info, so it's pretty much, you don't have to be a specialist in any particular topic. So let's see how well you do. So in terms of how to play, you know the score. Don't be putting in your answers one by one as we go for each question as you see it. Wait until you see all 7 questions and then enter your answer in like this, but not exactly like this, because this is just an example. So, don't forget, wait until you see the last question before entering your full 7 letters of answers in one go. And look at the respect coming in. Yay, hi Xavier, you're the man. He certainly is. Thanks X. Thanks X. You see, look, he's already a superstar. And he's not even begun. So let's do it then. Are you ready? And of course, the first person to get the best right answer is the winner. So, make sure you're nice and live and haven't been paused or something and not quite as live. So here we go then with the questions. Starting with a numero uno. Get ready. Here we go. Question number 1 for this week. Removing fluoride. Removing fluoride from tap or mains or faucet water requires you doing what to it? Removing fluoride from tap or mains water supply requires you doing what to it? A. Carbon filtration. B. 5-minute boil. C. Reverse osmosis. Or D. Freeze overnight. A. Carbon filtration to get remove fluoride. B. 5-minute boil. C. Reverse osmosis. Or D. Freeze overnight. Question number 2. Thank you for the line in there, Sandy. The start line for the answers. Not yet. Wait until question number 7. Question number 2. Which of the following methods gives the greatest shelf life? Which of the following methods gives the greatest shelf life? A. Canning. B. Salting. C. Vacuum sealing. Or D. Freeze drying. Which of the following methods gives the greatest shelf life? A. Canning. B. Salting. C. Vacuum sealing. Or D. Freeze drying. Question number 3, nearly halfway there. What is the correct average body temperature? It's amazing how many people get this wrong. We'll have to see when we go through the answers who got what right or wrong. What is the correct average body temperature? Is it A. 33 to 34 degrees centigrade or 91 to 93 Fahrenheit? B. 36 to 37 degrees centigrade or 97 to 99 Fahrenheit? C. 38 to 39 degrees centigrade or 100 to 102 Fahrenheit? Or is it D. 40 to 41 degrees centigrade and 104 to 106 Fahrenheit? That's question number 3. Question number 4, more than halfway there. Which of these battery chemistries has the highest average max cycle rate? For those that don't know, cycle rate is how many times you can recharge that battery before it's dud. Which of these battery chemistries has the highest average max cycle rate? A. Lithium phosphate, LiFePO4. B. LTO, or lithium tititonate. C. Lead acid, or flooded lead acid cell. Or D. Lithium ion. Lithium ion. So Which of them gives you the most number of recharges? Is it A, LiFePO4, B, LTO, C, lead acid, or D, lithium ion? Question number 5. We're breaking through. Which of the following species of wood burns the longest? Which of the following species of wood burns the longest? Is it A, hickory? Is it B, sycamore? Is it C, the wood of a walnut tree? Or is it D, the wood of an elm tree? Which of the following species of wood burns the longest? A, hickory, B, sycamore, C, walnut, or D, elm? Question number 6. The penultimate question. Security systems use PIR motion sensors. What does the P stand for in PIR? Is it A, protective, B, protection, C, powerful, or D, passive? PIR motion sensors. What does the P stand for? Is it A, protective, B, protection, C, powerful, or D, passive? So here we go then. This is it for the final question. Once you see this one, you're going to be ready to put all 7 in. And then we'll be going through to see who's the winner. So here we go then for question number 7 for the Sigma Prepper quiz. What is the USA Radiocom's phonetic word for the letter S? What is the USA Radio Communications phonetic word for the letter S? Is it A, siren, B, Sigma, C, Sierra, or D, solo? What's the USA Radiocom's phonetic word for the letter S? As in Alpha, Beta, Foxtrot, Charlie. Yeah? A, siren, B, Sigma, C, Sierra, or D, solo? And that is where we start the timer and get your answers in. You've got 30 seconds, and let's make sure we've got it all rocking. What is it with this thing? It seems to be it's holding messages for review. It's alright, I'm clicking them as we go. So 13 seconds to get him in, and it's Daily Survival is in there first with her answer. Sandy was next, then it's Urban. We don't know which of these are right or wrong yet. We're going to go through the answers in a minute. We've got Urban Harvesting next, so he was third this time, and Fear in there. Sorry, Rubber Duck's time up. We've got Robert McManara who's next. If we got a letter missing off yours, Robert, I think there might be. Nedrum Design, great to see you in there, your answer. Looks like we've got some good ones. Noelle Marie, having a good old go. Thank you, my darling. Carolyn Rose was next. Then it's Connie Richards, and on the list it goes. So thank you for getting your survival Sigma Prepper quiz answers in. They all look lovelyly informed. Am I right in thinking that Robert's only got 6 characters though? There are, isn't there? So whack another thing in there. There you go, Perps in the house. Sorry, I'm having to do a thing because it seems to be holding people's comments for review. I don't know what it thinks is so rude about letters in a row, but you're next, Extreme Focus. So sorry about that. I'll make sure I get that turned off next time because that's getting right in the way, isn't it? So that's fine. Right, here we go then. So let's go through the answers and then we'll see who's Noelle Marie's driving and she's still adding putting answers in. What a babe. Right, here we go then. So question 1, we had removing fluoride from the tap or the mains water requires you doing what to it exactly? So let me jump open something here because I've got a few additional bits of information to share with you like I did last week because it's handy to do. So we'll just open our answer content for episode number 2. So yes, removing fluoride from tap mains water requires you doing what to it? So let's have a look, shall we, as to what you were saying. Let's have a look. So Daily Survival had C. You're saying reverse osmosis. Sandy's saying C. Do you know what? I think everybody had C. Noelle Marie had A. Noelle Marie had A, but we'll see. It was C, reverse osmosis. And in terms of what I've got pulled out for that, just to give you the heads up. Here we go, look. So this is, for example, the Berkey filter. Now this is carbon, right? Carbon. So we're on here. I'm talking about the carbon filtration, which was A, was the option for A, right? that's not going to cut it, right? That's not going to be taking out fluoride, arsenic, heavy metals and stuff like that, right? It's the PF2 filters, these white ones down the bottom, if we're talking about a Berkey filter, which is recommended, that you need. They will remove all heavy metals, arsenic, fluoride and so on, right? So the carbon filters won't do it, basically, right? And then this is what an actual reverse osmosis system looks like, right? And it uses pressure to push the water through a membrane, like a very dense, like here, look, you see. So the pressure pushes the sort of untreated water from the left hand side, sorry, to the right hand side, and of course the semi-permeable membrane, but you need pressure to push it through. And in the Berkey filter example, it uses just gravity with the fact that the water is at the top of the chamber, and it presses down and goes through these PF2 fluoride ones at the bottom. So that's how that works for those that weren't aware. So yes, that's what we got for you for osmosis, or reverse osmosis, should I say. Let's have a look. Oh, Urban Harvesting says he has one. Well, I should hope you've got the right. You had that one right then. So question number 2 then, we had, which of the following methods gives the greatest shelf life? And we've got A, canning, salting, vacuum sealing. Let's see what people had here. Vacuum sealing seems to be popular. Daily Survival had C. Sandy had C. Urban Harvesting had D. Freeze dry, excuse me. Amphi had D as well. Robert McNamara had B, salting. And Netram Design had D as well for freeze drying. But well done, because yes indeed, freeze drying is the key. That gives you up to about 25 years, basically, yeah? So, yeah, you've got 25 years... 25 years worth of food, basically. So when you see the MREs and like the Mountain House, that's all freeze-dried stuff, and just removes all the moisture and oxygen and things which can create bacteria, life and stuff, right? So, Netram Design, I love my Berkey, I love our Berkey, although our carbon filters are way too old, we can't afford to replace them, and our fluoride filters ran out about a year ago, and we haven't afforded to replace them since either. Oh dear, so if you're going to afford to buy a Berkey, you've got to be able to afford to buy the filters to replace them in it, right? That's one bit of advice. But well done to those who had D for freeze drying. I have mentioned before about the vacuum sealing as a great way to, if you're going to buy rice and flour and pasta, you're better off unpackaging it, using a vacuum sealing thing with some Mylar bags or just normal vacuum sealing bags. Throw in an oxygen absorber in there before you vacuum seal it up, and you can go from rice being good for about maybe a year, maybe 3 months in its normal packaging, to as good as 7 or 8 years just from vacuum sealing. So you're not going to get to the 25 years like you will do with the freeze drying, but you'll do well nonetheless with vacuum sealing. And of course canning, using hot temperatures and things like this, that's something we can get into on another show. That's a good way of preserving, and again, you're going to get pretty good life. But freeze drying is what's getting you to 25 years. That's the big difference, right? Ooh, 25 years. So what we got then? Question number 3. What is the correct average body temperature? Let's see who didn't know this, because, you know, you'll be surprised. And it's looking good. It's looking good. So Daily Survival in there with B for number 3. Well done. Sandy had B. Urban had B. Amphir had B. Robert McNamara had D. He was going for 40 to 41. Although he lives in quite a hot climate, so that might be normal where you are. And then Netram Design in there with B as well. So it's looking like most people got that. Well done. That was nice and easy one. I do like to try and throw a few easy ones in. And yeah, well done for number 3. And then question number 4 then, we had which of these battery chemistries has the highest average maximum cycle rate? So again, this is how many times you can recharge a cell. And you'll be surprised because... you know, batteries aren't as... They're not really as... you know, they're not going to last as long as people think, right? So, in this case, the one that can last the longest is LTO, lithium titanate. So, I'm interested to see... So fourth one along, A, LifePo 4 is what Daily Survival had. Lithium phosphate, number 4. And let's have a look. And then Sandy had LifePo 4. Urban Harveston had B. LTO, nicely done. Amphir had B. LTO, nicely done. And Robert had D. Lithium ion. And Netrum Design had A. Lithium phosphate. Yeah. As long as nobody chose C. Well done, Noelle Marie. Look, she knows. Oh no, she's got D, so lithium ion, but at least you didn't have lead acid. And yeah, so well done, everybody. And right, so basically the LTO is quite impressive. I mean, I've got. Let's show you what's going on here. So this is the popular lithium-ion battery chemistries, and it gives you the benefit of, you know, safety versus cost and performance. And lifespan is what we're talking about here with the lithium titanate. And you'll see this chart here is probably clearer for you, but this gives you an idea of, in order, of the cycle, number of cycles, right? And so, in fact, is there even the lead acid's not even on here, is it? I don't think it is. But a lead battery, you're talking, it's more like this cycle here, like 500 times is more like that. 5 to 800 if you're absolutely lucky. 500 to 800 recharges from lead acid. And that assumes only using 50% of the charge. Yeah, you can recharge it about 400 to 800 times. Check it out with the lithium titanate though. 20,000 recharges. 20,000. And that's not by using 50% of the energy. That's assuming you use 80%. So you discharge it 80%. Usable energy. Yeah, you can recharge that thing 20,000 times. And just so you know, this is what a lithium titanate cell looks like. This isn't LTO. I've got 6 of these. Yeah. So this is actually rated for 40,000 recharges. 40,000. It's like a big stonking AA battery. 18650. And this one here is my lithium phosphate pack, which some of you have seen before. So this is a 21 amp hour lithium phosphate. You can see the LifePo 4 there, look. 12.8. This is like my backup pack. I've got a MPPT lithium solar charge controller I use with this. Usually when I'm doing bushcraft, bug out camp and stuff, I'll usually take that for the weekend with a small charger that goes in my ammo can. But also actually, I've got this version of it as well. This is one of the prototypes of the off-grid power banks that I was developing a while ago. And this as well was developed to use the lithium phosphate cells as well, because these are good for about 4,000 recharges. What's it saying on here for LifePo 4? Is it even on here? It's not, is it? But LifePo 4 is about 4,000 recharges. So this is a cage system that I built into this Peli case, military spec case. It's all bolted through, it's all watertight. So that's another lithium phosphate pack in there, basically, right, to protect it. So that's what we got going for that. So LTO is what you're looking for, but again, A, LifePo 4 is also a good answer. It's out of the rest of those on that list. LifePo 4 is where it's at, and it's very safe as well. You can short circuit it, discharge it, do all sorts of crazy stuff, and it'll just look at you and smile, just like LTO will. Very, 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 extremely safe in terms of non-volatile, right? So, question number 5 then, we had which of the following species of wood burns the longest? Let's see who had this right. Which species of wood burns the longest? It's good to know if you're going to be buying firewood. Yeah, you don't want something that's just going to go whoomph and it's gone. If you want it to last all night. So, daily survival, what did you have? Number 5, second from the end. D, you had with elm. Sorry, what am I talking about? You had C, walnut. Sandy there had D, elm. Urban harvesting, what did you have? B? Sycamore, is it? Sycamore, B. Amphir had C, walnut. So third from the end, do you know what? I don't think... Oh, Connie Richards was the only one who got that right. Look, hickory. Well done, my darling. Hickory, absolutely. A is what we should have had to 5. Hickory is quite considerably more more what? Oh, sorry, by the way, I've just seen I'm way more ahead of it than I thought. Look, this is the life cycle here, the 2000 times for lithium ion phosphate, LiFePO 4 2000. Like I said, mine's good for 4000, but you'll see here the discharge rate here, efficiency 95% versus 60% for lead acid and 400 recharges for lead acid. Sorry, I realized that I missed that one in my little notes that I wanted to share with you. So let's so well done Connie for getting this one right. Here we go. Look, so this is how it breaks down. So feel free to screenshot that and all of these graphics I'm doing for you, because it's just useful information while you're here, right? But so you can see the top of the list here, Hickory, with the BTUs energy per cord, 27.7 by far. And the next thing on here, I think, is Elm. Look, all the way down the list there. The next longest burning wood, right? So yeah, quite considerably more so. So if you can get hold of some hickory, yeah, then fair play, you're doing well. So try and you get hickory if you can. So question number 6 then, we had the security systems using PIR motion sensors. What does the P stand for? I wonder who knew the score for this one. Daily Survival had D there, passive. Sandy had B, protection. Makes sense. Urban Harvesting had D, passive. Amphi had D as well. And Robert. I don't know if Robert did, because you've only got 6 letters, dude. Did you add a letter on or not, Robert? Oh, his are out of order completely. Okay, I'm sorry, my man. I'll adjust accordingly, right? So yeah, we got Netron Design in there who had B, protection, but it's actually passive. Passive infrared. Yeah. So this is one of my own passive infrared sensors that I prototyped a while ago for my own. This is what Tia. This is one of Tia's sensors, believe it or not. My tactical intelligence assistant, which is like an AI SHTF bugging out system that I developed many years ago that I'm going to be bringing to market at some point. But these were some of the sensors that I developed for it. And this here you see is a PIR sensor. It's only a very cheap one for prototype, but this one's pretty good. And the idea was this would strap to any tree with a Velcro strap, and it's got wireless capability for about 1 kilometer. And you can have that wirelessly strapped to a tree and it will detect people walking about. And there's also a little flashy light there as well to disorient them. And this is a lithium polymer cell on the back. So yeah, this is a good example of a passive infrared sensor, motion sensor. There are tricks to get around motion sensors from a security point of view, but again, that'll have to be another show. So make sure you stay subscribed. So yeah, passive infrared. So we've got question number 7 then. What is the USA Radio Comms phonetic word for the letter S? And looking down the list, we had Daily Survival who had C, Sierra. Sandy had C. Urban Harvesting also had C. Sierra. Does this mean I didn't manage to fool anybody with the Sierra one, does it? Because it looks like virtually everyone got that. They did, didn't they? Everyone got C for... Did they? I'm not sure. I think so. So well done for that one, because yes, indeed, it was Sierra. So what that means then, it should be Sigma, really, shouldn't it? But no, it's Sierra. And of course, we have for you, because I love you so very dearly, for your convenience, the phonetic alphabet there for you. So again, screenshot opportunity. Let me move my ugly head. There we go. Phonetic alphabet. This is how it looks. Alpha Bravo Charlie. You see, they got Alpha. Oh no, that would have to be Beta, wouldn't it? And then it would be okay for us to have Sigma. So yeah, Sierra, there it is. There it is. Sierra. So well done. Well done for those who are rocking their in thing. Thank you so very much to Xavier for helping out. He's been an absolute superstar, way ahead of the game. So final answers then are C, D, B, B, A, D, C. That's what will get you a 7 out of 7 score if you have C, D, B, B, A, D, C. But I can tell you now, we don't have a 7 out of 7 winner, but I can tell you what we do have. What do we have, Andy? We have this. Absolutely well done. It's Urban Harvesting wins it again. This time, instead of 5 out of 7, he gets an awesome with 6 out of 7 for this one. Well done, Urban Harvesting. I wonder if you can get 7 out of 7 next week. Absolutely brilliantly done. And thank you so much to Xavier for making that so easy for me. So thank you so much. Let's hear it in the chat for Urban Harvesting, who does it second week in a row. Perp says 4 out of 7 for me. But I tell you what as well, I also have to say congratulations to our runners-up, where we had Amphir was the next closest. Amphir also with 6 out of 7, which is a brilliant effort. Well done, Amphir. You were next in there, straight after Urban Harvesting. So you barely missed it by a whisker. And our third runner-up as well, Connie Richards. Brilliantly done, my darling. You also had 6 out of 7, which is a great score. So let's hear it. Let's hear it for everyone. Thank you so much for playing along. I really appreciate it. Well done, Urban Harvesting. And who's going for 4 out of 4, are you? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Someone stop Urban. Well done. And well done to Amphir again. And brag much, Urban. Looking good to date. And you're welcome to try. Look, he's really getting confident. So we're going to have to get some super Scodanor peeps in there. And, oh, noted passive. I wonder what you missed it out on. Let us know which ones destroyed your scores, but well done. And it's got to be 7 out of 7 next week, says Urban. Absolutely, well done. So we will have a leaderboard in a couple of weeks where we'll be sharing that. But of course, we've got loads more coming up, so don't get anywhere. Thank you so much, everyone. Nicely done, Daily Survival. Congratulations to Amphir and Connie as well. Well done, you two. Great job. And I hope you liked the questions this week. And don't forget, if you did, do give it a like. Let's get back to base camp. Sigma Prepper quiz. Hope you liked it. Well done. Like it. Well done, Robert, and well done for everyone for playing along. I really appreciate you all being here. It's been lovely, and of course, it's not done yet. It's not done yet by any means, because we've still got the Preppers Progress coming up, and we'll have a quick say hello to Hugo as well with the Howls and Growls, and as we fade out into the VIP after party, which I'm looking forward to catching up with you guys. So. But well done, that was a great time. I hope you like the questions. A little bit easier this week, maybe. Still didn't get a 7 out of 7 though, did we? So should we get into it with Preppers Progress then, and then we can see what people have been sending in with their progress, because we've had some wonderful stuff sent in from our viewers, our subscribers, and our VIPs. And talking of VIPs, after the quiz, I do like to do a nice quick thank you to our VIP Patreon members who are helping us to keep rocking. I really appreciate it, because it's not coming from anywhere else. No monetization sponsors, anything. No rich family or any of that crap. It's literally you, me, and whatever we got going here. So one of the best ways you can help me is some of these ways here. And we've already seen a few of the Streamlabs super chats coming in tonight. And that's how you do that. The streamlabs.com/Sigma Prepper is how you do that. And you'll see it pop up on the screen. And different animations for stuff. So thank you so much. And of course, patreon.com, great way to support me. And thank you so much to those that are who will be checking out and having a VIP after party chat on Discord with you guys tonight. And I've got some behind the scenes videos coming this week as well. And now I've got the new show on the Wednesday that's just about completed. So again, don't miss that because it's going to be great. So thank you to these people for keeping me online, keeping the internet on and the lights on. I couldn't do it without you, so thank you to each and every one of you. Loads coming for you behind the scenes, as well as after parties and things like that. Tonight, join us. So yes, links in the description. And of course, if you want to help, check it out. You know how to do it. But in the meantime, we need to do... What do we need to do? We need to do... What do you call it, innit? Prepper's Progress is what we need. And we can definitely, absolutely, Sandy, teamwork. Hear me now. Right, shall we get into Prepper's Progress then? Because I'm keen to show all the progress you wonderful people have been making with your preps. So let's get into it then for this week's Prepper's Progress. Looking forward to it. Here we are. Ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Absolutely share your progress. This is where we like to celebrate our prepper family community here. We like to celebrate our preppers' progress with various bits and pieces they have been up to. I'm just seeing if there's any special details going on or anything. Yes, there are a couple. Okay. So, Prepper's Progress then is where we like to acknowledge your efforts and achievements and hopefully inspire and motivate others to do the same and get their, in gear. Because we are running out of time. So I strongly recommend you follow in these following people's footsteps. Starting with Noel, thank you so very much for sending in your progress. Don't forget progress at sigmaprepper.com. Progress at sigmaprepper.com. You send us your pictures. Landscape works better. 1920 by 1080, please, or bigger. So yes, well done, Noel. She's been rocking in her garden and getting things together. And you can see here, I've got details for each of the sender-inners now. So let's hear it in the chat for Noelle. She's been doing a great job here. So she says, I'll make these quick garden beds from baby pools. It worked great. Certainly looks like it. Look, so these are baby pools. It worked great. Although just my first time try, I also had string beans and potatoes. And this is what the string beans look. So brilliant job, Noelle. Lovely to see your effort. And of course, she's one of our VIPs. And you don't have to be a VIP to send in your Prepper's Progress, don't you know? So thank you so very much, Noelle. And I happened to put a note out to the VIPs and on Discord earlier this week for Sigma. So yeah, thank you for responding and sharing your progress with your food growing and anything else to do with prepping and survival, really. So thank you so much, Noelle, for sending in your progress. Keep it going and keep us updated as well on Discord, behind the scenes of what's going on, and we'll be catching up tonight anyway, more than likely. So here we go then. Extreme Focus, thank you so much. And again, another one of our VIPs, Ultra VIP, should I say. So thank you to Extreme Focus for sending in. This was one that we had from last week, but he's sending a couple more. This was one that came up in our after party Discord VIP chat last week after the first live show that we did. Yeah, and he shared this one that he came across that he picked up, and it's beautiful looking, so nicely done. And it's a beautiful looking set, that, so nicely done, Extreme Focus. And of course, there's a couple of examples of his rugged. The one on the right there certainly looks nice and rugged, doesn't he? He's got his rugged radio, wind-up rechargeable radios, which is an absolute definite must-have. So he did send me a quick description, which was nice as well. So he's well, and feel free to do the same thing if you're sending your progress to progress@sigmaprepper.com. So Extreme Focus here says, this is a Browning compound bow. It says he found his bow in storage that he bought years ago. The local sporting goods store had dropped the training, so it got put on the back burner. He called the Adventure Archery in Tampa, Florida, and they have 1 hour class of $25. Oh, that sounds cool. And they got 25 lanes for practicing in, Extreme Focus says. So maybe next week, he's saying. Oh, I would come with you with my one. My one's hanging up there. It is very similar to this. Mine's a takedown bow, and it's not a compound one, but it is a takedown bow. So yeah, beeswax for the string and targets for practice. Oh, talking of which. Here we go. My beeswax and rail lube. There's a clue there. Rail lube. And so then this one's the radio, emergency radios. So $5 US per radio. This was a good buy, he says. Definitely for $5. Yeah, both have cranks. One has FM, AM, FM, VHF, weather, flashlight, siren, and phone charger. So, and the other one's got flashing red and phone charger. So they're pretty cool looking. And then he's got here a food saver. I found this stainless steel food saver in the local thrift store for $6. Yeah, just like new. Picked up the last remaining rolls, 11-inch by 16 foot at my local Walmart. So nicely done, Extreme Focus. Thank you for sending in your preps. And of course, this one here is special because he's got the Sigma Prepper Ultimate Hotspot, the offline internet system that will work with a Raspberry Pi to give you internet when no one else has it, with the grid being down. So yeah, well done for sporting and showing that off. And thank you so much. Let's hear it in the chat for Extreme Focus for sending in your stuff. Great idea. Awesome, Noel Marie. So thank you for sharing your love for those that are sending it in. So Carolyn Rose has got 1 pumpkin left of 9 I got off crop this year. Well, where are the photos, girlfriend? Where are the photos? Eh? Says Carolyn. I'll have to get the chat. I'll have to get the chat message set up in the Preppers Progress. Sorry. So next up is Sandy. Check it out. Sandy's been sending in her progress, and look at that for a table of goodies. And of course, the thing that catches my eye in this image is that beautiful, beautiful Patreon Sigma Prepper mug, middle shot. Well done to getting that in the frame, and Sandy's own Sigma Prepper hotspot, and which I can see there on the table. So thank you for sporting your Sigma Prepper hotspot. For those that aren't particularly familiar with the hotspot, I'll give you a quick look on the way out. But I think there's an empty packaging here. It looks like this. Yeah. So this is the Ultimate Hotspot by Sigma Prepper, which is an SD card that you can use with your Raspberry Pi, and it gives you all sorts of internet access with, well, it's like an offline internet. There's like 160 Canadian Prepper videos. There's Wikipedia, 60,000 books. There's like SAS survival guides and loads of stuff on there. So all accessible from your smart device. Using it as a Wi-Fi hub is how that works. So thank you so much, Sandy, for sending in your goodies, and check it out. That's a good idea as well. She sent in her book collection. Look, some of her books. Her Bible, got Vegetable Growing, got Brave New World. There's The Next End of the World, and then The Weatherman's Guide to the Sun. Brilliantly done, Sandy. Lovely to see. And check it out. This is her air rifle, which is a .22 air rifle. It's beautiful looking. I love the stock on it. I love the pattern. And you see there, mine's all the way up there, but Sandy's got the Barnett Diablo slingshot there, the one with the green handle. That's a Diablo. And I've got the Diablo Pro, which is basically the same. It's just mine has counterbalance, forward and under weights. It's just a professional version of it, right? And I'll be doing a video with me and Xavier. Me and X are going to go out with the slingshots. I've got his somewhere down here, still in the packet. We're going to do like an unboxing, and we're going to see how he gets on and how I get on. I'm pretty good with a slingshot already, but I need to change my bands on my slingshot. So I'm going to do that with you all, and I'll make a video out of it. Me and X will go into the woods of our slingshots. I'll get him up and running on it, and we'll have some fun. So that'd be great, and you can share along with that. And so I'm looking forward to that. So thank you, Sandy, for sending in yours, and check it out. Look at that. That's like something out of Crocodile Dundee, innit? That's not a knife. This is a knife. So yeah, like it. Well done, Sandy. And lovely to see your goodies. And brilliant to see your goodies. Thank you so much for sharing your preps at progress at SigmaPrepper.com. So number 4, then we had Daily Survival as well, was sharing her garden efforts. So well done, Daily Survival, another one of our VIPs. And don't forget, you don't have to be a VIP to be able to send your progress to progress@SigmaPrepper.com, but Daily Survival certainly did. Check it out. She's done a beautiful job here of putting a collage together, because there's so many. How do you choose one, right? And feel free to send me more than one. And if they're not landscape, you know, she's done this good idea to be able to sort of get around that and get them all on there. So thank you so much, Daily Survival, for sending in yours. Look at the colour on that one. Look, peppers and all. And I'm not sure. Let's see if there's any notes added on to Daily Survival's. We want details, don't we? Yes, there is. So say, hey Andy, here are 2 collages of my tomato and pepper plants I grew on my deck. Thank you so very much, Daily Survival. Thank you for sending those in. Let's hear it in the chat for Daily Survival. And then I think there's actually, is there one from me? There is. There's one from me, Sigma Prepper me. So I put a couple in just because I wanted to catch you up with a few things that probably the last things that have arrived that I've bought, right, from ages ago. But so this is what I'll be this is what I'm sharing today. So first up is it was my birthday in July, and my father, who I love dearly and I got to see this weekend for his birthday, he bought me this for my birthday, which is a Picatinny Rail tactical torch, right? Tactical flashlight, which is going to be going on my new toy, which I've had for some time, but I'm waiting to do an unboxing. So I'm looking forward to showing you what this thing's going on. But believe me, it's going to be worth watching. So this is my new tactical torch, flashlight, as you would call it in the States. It's really nice, actually. It's not the crazy money Olight version, but this version is really nice quality. And this is the thumb button, which is the key with a tactical flashlight. You need it to be not coming on with flashing or dim and then rising up brighter. You need the trigger to be just on or off, right? And that's what this trigger does. It's specifically designed for firearms and things like that, and weaponry and various other things, right? And it's got a Picatinny Rail mount, so you can mount it on a Picatinny, yeah? So that's what I got. I bought a couple of these a while ago. I just thought it worth mentioning. The disposable compressed towels, and I have tried these out and they're pretty good. So this is 30 centimeters by 50 centimeters is how big it ends up from this tiny little puck-sized compressed towel. And it's not like paper, it's weird. It's almost like a thick baby wipe, yeah? Wet wipe, as you'd call it. It's like a thick version of that, and it goes whoop. So it's pretty cool. I bought a stack of them, mainly for my first aid kit and other things, and my bug out bag. But these are pretty cool. Got them on AliExpress, super cheap, yeah? And check this out. This was an old friend of mine actually put me onto these and introduced me to them, and I wasn't really familiar with them because it's more like hikers use these quite a lot. These hot packs, which basically you just put your food inside the bag, you put water in with it, just cold water, and the chemical reaction on the element here actually boils the water, and you can cook an egg in the bag, you can cook your rice and all sorts in there. No smoke, no flames, no smell, no nothing. So how cool is that? It's called a hot pack. So I like to keep a few of them in my bug out bag as well, because even if it's like raining or something, or you want to cook inside your tent and you don't want smoke going on, you can use one of these hot packs, just put water in it up to the line on the bag, right? And it will just start boiling itself just from a chemical reaction, right? It's absolutely genius. So yeah, so that's what I'm sharing with you today, this week. My 3 little things. I'm sure there'll be more next week that I'll share as well, and along with everybody else. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the Preppers Progress for this week. Thank you so much everyone for sending in your progress. It's been lovely to see everyone's efforts and things. So let's keep it going then. Progress@sigmaprepper.com if you would like to share yours, and of course I'll keep your emails secure. We won't be sharing any of that, and of course you can choose what your sender's name is. If you want that to be anonymous, it's fine. And if you want to send in some details about what we're seeing in the preps, like some other people have done, absolutely great as well. So that'd be really appreciated. So thank you so much. Let's hear it in the chat for all those people that managed to send in their Preppers Progress. I look forward to showing more next week, so join in for that. So let's get back to base camp then. We've got Howls and Growls. Thank you so much again for those who sending in the sending in their Preppers Progress. Really appreciate it. And so, right, what we got going on then? Lots. Please hit the like button if you haven't done already. I really appreciate your support. So in terms of the that was the Preppers Progress, and again, thank you so much everyone for contributing. Nicely done, guys, says Sandy. I need to get the chat window in there as well. I need to make notes of these, doesn't I, as I go through the show. So we need chat message in agenda. Here we go. So Robert McNamara is saying, I'm definitely jealous. You got loads of cool stuff, Robert. Come on, send your stuff in. Let's have a look. So we haven't got the end just now. So we're going to, before we do close out, we're going to have a quick say hello to Hugo. But we are already at the 1 hour 30 mark. So it seems that whatever we do, we're going to... Whoosh. Did we miss one from Netrum Design? Did we? Thank you so much, Netrum Design. And I really appreciate your support there. Look. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your support. And so should we have a look at, should we get into Howls and Growls then? And we'll have a little say hello to Hugo, shall we? And then we'll get into the VIP after party. Hello, Hugo, joining us for the Howls and Growls. We're just going to stop in quickly because we're already been a long show already, and we like to give Hugo a bit of a treat. Did you want some treats, Hugo? Hey, up, here he is. Come and say hello to everyone. You can't see you. Come on in. You got to get into it. You're not high enough. Here we go. Should we get you some treats? Thank you so much to the perps who sent in the treats. Really appreciate it. You're going to be coming up for your treat then, Hugo? Come and say hello then. There we go, there's Hugo. He's our South African Mastiff Bourbal, who is in the house with us tonight. And yes, he is the master of all master doggies, aren't you? Absolute beautiful boy. So, do you want another one? And then, and thank you to Xavier. X is helping tonight with giving Hugo. I haven't got, apparently I don't get any biscuits though as my treat. Sorry, I should pull Hugo out of the way really, shouldn't I? There we go. Is that nice, mister? Is that, you dropped it? Oh dear, good man. Good man. So I think X is going to have to lure you out with bits of biscuit, isn't it? So thank you very much everyone for your love for Hugo. Love to see it. Show me my second fave do before I go to bed. Absolutely, here he is. Okay, you're going to go and see Xavier then? X will come with the biscuit. There he is. Who's that? Is that? There you go. X is getting him away. Thank you so much. Thank you, Xavier. Appreciate it. Bang, the trees are gone. Absolutely. So we're gonna skim through the Howls and Growls. Usually this will be where I would be giving you updates of what we got coming and some comments and questions that have been on videos as the week's gone by. But this week I've been spending it building the new show that we've got coming on Wednesday, which again I want to remind you about because we'll be doing that as we go this week. And so for those that missed it at the beginning, on Wednesdays now we are going to be launching with the SHTF survival scenarios here on the Sigma Prepper channel. So on Wednesdays we're going to be unwrapping and some strategic kind of stuff, a little bit like I have done on other channels over the years. A little bit more like in the format I used to do sort of 10-15 years ago, which works very well. So on Wednesday I'm starting my first SHTF scenario show with advanced principles of preparedness, a more strategic approach to prepping. So I'm just showing you a little bit of a head start, sneak peek at some of the slides that we'll be using on Wednesday. Going live at 11 PM UK time, 6 PM Eastern time, so don't miss that. Why do we need to prepare? We'll be getting into all this kind of stuff. We'll be talking about the situation report is the example that we're going to be dealing with, which is a complete and utter grid down scenario. inoperable sewage systems, inoperable water systems, complete cell and internet outage, as you'd imagine, with a complete grid down and major transport disruptions, the whole lot going on. And so we're going to have our mission and we're going to complete it to prepare for a complete and sustained grid down scenario, including subsequent cascades of failure and so on, right? So this is what we're going to be doing on Wednesday, and this is literally 2 of 25 to 30 slides that we're going to be going through. It's going to be absolutely ram-packed with critical stuff that you won't hear anyone else from any other prepper that's talking online at the moment today in 2022. It's not going to be information you're going to get anywhere else. Don't miss it. Make sure you're subscribed. Wednesdays, SHTF scenario live shows with your host Sigma Prepper. Don't miss it. It's going to be an absolute monster. So, Howls and Growls, that's about all I wanted to mention to you for this week for the Howls and Growls. So let's get out of it then, and we've got all sorts coming up in the after party. So let's do it. We'll get back there to base camp. Absolutely. Love you, Hugo. Thank you, everybody, for your support. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Seems to be a big bug problem around me. Don't want to use chemical sprays or anything. This is, again, the stuff we're going to be looking at with growing food. I've got some plans as well with my microgreens. I wanted to get back up and rocking. So I've got lots of plans with that as well. Got loads of things coming up. We're going to be back here again next Thursday with the Sigma Prepper live show, the live show for preppers, as we are every Thursday. And of course, as I've just mentioned there on the Howls and Growls news report, sort of behind the scenes news, we will have the SHTF scenario show starting on a Wednesday, every Wednesday, for the foreseeable future. And they are going to be absolutely unmissable, hardcore prepping information, and to really get you thinking about your preparedness strategy and the things that you could be doing wrong, things you could be doing better. And I'll be looking at common mistakes that preppers make, and common mistakes that prepper channels are telling people to make as well, and don't even know it. So believe me, don't miss it. It's going to be a great one. So we've got a VIP after party then with our wolf pack there on Discord. So thank you to those on Patreon that are supporting me. Loads coming for you behind the scenes as well. And we're going to be catching up with tonight in about 10 minutes on Discord. So thank you to everybody that's supporting me there, because I can't wait to catch up with you later on. And but in the meantime, it's been a pretty epic show tonight. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Purps is liking the Thursday slot. Thank you so much. So much to do, so little time. I saw a video on a village that uses bike power throughout the town. Like it. Washing clothes, electricity. These are the sort of things we're going to need to start looking at, right? I'm going to be talking a lot about off-grid power generation and things going forward. So I hope you'll join me for those as well. We've got so much content coming on the Sigma Prepper channel. Please, if you can, share this video on your social media. Please check the links in the description below and follow me on my social media, TikTok, Facebook, not bothered about that, but TikTok, Twitter. Definitely get yourself hooked up, join Discord. I'll see you over there. I've had a great time. I hope you have too. Please let us know in the comment section below what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see, what you don't want to see. And in the meantime, I've had a wonderful time. I hope you all have had too. I can tell you now, it's been a long show. We've done it again, but what can I say? It's been an absolutely wonderful time. You know how it is. Love, peace and progress to the pack.